Hi, so this is just gonna be another one of those videos where I introduce you to an artist, except that this time it's not like a small artist, but more like an artist that I think is like on the rise or just at the moment becoming bigger than they were before and that I think can become even bigger than they are right now in the future. First of all, who are the Marías? The Marías are an American band from Los Angeles. They formed in 2016 and consist of 4 members, most notably the vocalist Maria Sadoya, who the band is named after. When describing their music, there's one obvious comparison that immediately comes to mind: Men I Trust. Both bands perform a specific kind of indie music that's taking huge inspiration from, and at times even includes instruments from jazz music. Faye Webster is also an artist that does that. The result are easygoing and pleasant songs that have a cool vibe to them. Just as for Men I Trust, the soft vocals fit perfectly into the atmosphere. What makes the Marías' music unique, however, is that their music switches from being in Spanish and English, as those are the 2 languages Maria Sadoya speaks thanks to her Puerto Rican origin. The style has changed a lot since their Super Clean EP though, and though a lot of their songs still have the same influences, there are also instances that reminds one more of the electropop of, for example, Dua Lipa, like on the last single, Run Your Mouth. So where does the timing for the Marías come from? Well, first of all, they already have 10 million monthly listeners, which is like huge for an indie band. Hey, this is just a quickly reminder that the number of monthly listeners actually shows the number of different accounts that listen to an artist in a month and not the number of streams they get during that month, apparently. So yeah, you will see later in the video why that isn't very representative of how big the band actually is or how relevant they are. But the 2 words that are key are anticipation and collaboration. The Marías have existed for 8 years now, and this year's Submarine, that will come out on the 31st of May, will only be their 2nd album. Another reason why I think that they might have room to grow is because of the collaborations over the last years. Like last year they featured on Data by Tiny, and the year before that on Un Verano Sin Ti. I didn't take Spanish, so I hope that's kinda right how I pronounce that, by Bad Bunny. And both of these albums were some of the biggest albums in general over the last 2 years, and probably the biggest like Latin influenced albums of the last 2 years. And them featuring on these albums, first of all, means that the number of monthly listeners is actually not the representative of how relevant they are, but it also means that they get an exposure to a very big fan base, and that can give them the opportunity to get more exposure to those fans, or it gives them more exposure to those fans, and thus those people might check them out. And with their new music coming out right now, there's like perfect timing to get more people to listen to their music and thus grow in the future. In addition to that, they also just combine different styles that each attract different audiences. Like, as I said, the jazz-influenced bedroom pop that would attract indie audiences, the electro pop that would then attract pop audiences, and that combined with the Latin or the Spanish singing would then attract Latin pop audiences. And that just means that with the right exposure, they can grow faster than someone that just attracts like one of those audiences, at least if that is just the indie audience. And as I said, they already got that exposure through those collaborations with those Latin pop artists, but I think if they can also collaborate with someone that fits into more of that indie audiences that they might also attract, then that can just help them even more to grow. But at the moment, with their music coming out right now, that just is the perfect timing for just Latin pop audience or the Latin pop fans that might have just heard of them because of those collaborations to then check them out right now if they might still remember them, and that just gives them the perfect chance to then grow over the next few months. So anyway, give the Marías a listen. I personally especially like Carignan, and also listen to the album Submarine when it comes out on the 31st of May. Hey, thank you all also for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. I have a very small channel, so every subscription would mean the world to me. Listen to my music on Spotify. You can find that under the name Arne Mente. And yeah, listen to music.